Hey, thanks for joining. Today we will be covering how to create tutorial videos using AI. Now, there are some best practices to keep in mind. However, I am going to be showing you a practical demonstration using one of my favorite tools that help me to create tutorials for just about anything and everything. Now, there are a number of tools that you can use to execute this. However, before we dive into the details, let's keep in mind some of the how to get started with these. Now, I always recommend using a storyboard, script your tutorial. Create the story that you're wanting to teach. So, if you are using this to help other people learn about a new product or a tool, ideally, you want to script this so that you know that you're following the correct steps when it comes to learning what the new tool, technology, or guide is about. Now, you can use some tools like ChatGPT for scripting help. Other tools might include Notion, Google Docs, and anything else that helps you write and organize your information. Then, as recommended, use an AI video creation tool. This makes it so much easier. A lot of these tools have a AI functionality built into the tool to help you generate your script as you go, which I find a huge time saver. Now, there are some tools like Synthesia, Pictory, Lumen 5, and a whole bunch others that do convert text to audio and text to video along with stock visuals. There are some that use capabilities around multiple languages, which may help. And a lot of these also generate captions for you. So keep in mind that there are a lot of tools out there to help you create your perfect guide. However, not all of them are created equally, especially when it comes down to pricing. All right, so as briefly mentioned, I would recommend using a tool that helps you generate a voiceover, especially if you have a lot of users needing to create videos and tutorials on how to do things, especially within your organization, and you don't have time to do it. Some people may feel reluctant to do this because they don't enjoy the sound of their own voice. I know I'm one of them, and I love using the ability to have a generated voiceover done for me as part of the video so that it saves a lot of time and effort in creating a perfect script. A lot of these tools will let you edit the scripting that goes along with the voiceover. And again, this saves you a lot of time and creates a beautiful, seamless, professional, polished video for you. All right, then you're going to keep in mind that you're going to capture screens, otherwise, use templates. Now, a lot of the tools that are created do have templates. Some of them have intro slides, outro slides. I would recommend using these if you've got ability to use a brand kit and keep in mind your corporate identity. You can use a lot of these tools that will create this for you so that every one of your videos looks consistent and is formatted to your organization's look and feel. So I highly recommend doing that. Use AI tools to help you generate that intro and outro, perhaps add music, anything else that may give it a more professional feel. Now, once you've completed your assembly of your video, remember to combine voice, avatar, screen, captions, anything that may be necessary for your video to feel complete. And then remember to export and share. Now, a lot of these companies or video creation organizations do let you create a workspace or a way to download and share your video. I quite like using workspaces so that all my videos are organized into specific areas according to the technology or the onboarding information that I want to cover. And it makes it really easy for me to see what has been created, what hasn't been created, and also add users to create additional videos that may need to be created within that workspace. Now, a bonus tip here, ideally you want to keep these videos to under 3 to 5 minutes for the best engagement. So don't ramble on. If you can help it, try and edit them or use the video editing capabilities within a lot of these tools to cut down your video length to make sure that it is short, sharp, and keeps users engaged. Also remember to use closed captions. Now, if you are using closed captions, this will help if you have anyone that may feel excluded who's not able to hear per se. Otherwise, you may want to include closed captions for people who may not have the ability to listen with sound. They may be in an office environment where they're not able to hear the video, so include closed captions so that you've got better accessibility for users that may need to view the video and be able to read the information along with that. I do recommend adding a script and testing this out before recording your videos in full. Now, you may find that what you've done makes sense for you. However, some new users may not already be familiar with the tool technology that you're presenting, and they may want to know a little bit more before getting started so that they can tell you if it makes sense for them from a new user that's never seen the information that you're presenting. So if you do have the ability, test this out before you get going so that you don't spend a lot of hours creating videos that may not follow the best flow for new users. All right, and as mentioned, I would add branded intros and outros or any branding ability wherever possible. If you've downloaded and shared this video, you never know where it's going to end up. Some users may watch this in various platforms and may be used in presentations, and you want to make sure that you've got your branding right there on your videos to have the best opportunity for exposure. Okay, we're going to do a deep dive into one of my favorite tools. Now, I've mentioned a couple like Synthesia, Pictory, and Descript, which are really great. They've got some really fantastic AI capabilities. However, the one I come across time and time again is definitely Guide. It's one of my favorite ones to use. They've got so much versatility. Um, have a look at their website. I'd recommend even trying out their free trial. So they've got a 14-day free trial, which is really fantastic. There's a lot of information there to help you get started if you're not sure if this will be the best fit for you. However, I'm going to show you a practical example of how this looks. Now, in my example today, we are going to create a how-to on ClickUp, one of the most popular project frameworks. A lot of our product teams use this. I use this for studies. However, we do use this in project management and any other areas where you do need to do task management or anything else. Now, they've come quite a long way in terms of capability. However, what I'm going to do is show you an example of how to create a video um, to help users learn how to create a task within a sprint. In this example, however, this could be any task that you want to create in ClickUp. And I'm going to show you how well Guide does this for me and creates all the AI generated information that I need and show you all the AI capabilities within the tool. Now, super simple, they do have a extension that you could simply click on when you're ready to get going. What you're going to do is create your how-to video here, and you're going to put in some text here. So how to create a task in ClickUp for today. Maybe I've got new users that need to do employee training or that may have FAQs on how to do this. So for example, let's just do employee training today. You do have additional advanced options here, so you can blue elements, which I quite like as well. And there are a number of language options within the tool. However, let's just stick to English for now. And you are going to create your capture. Now, remember, if you've scripted this, you'll know where to click and where to start. So I've scripted this. I know that I'm going to click on home. Once I've got my home screen loaded, I'm going to go down to projects, then down to the sprint. Don't forget to click on every step that you do want the users to follow to help them along. We're going to then look at all the various statuses here. We're going to then click on a new task here. Let's call this new user training. We're going to click on save, then edit so that we could see how to add information here. Let's select a new date here and change the status to assigned. And now we've got a task here. I'm going to open this up so we can show users how to edit this. I'm going to click on things like a date so that new users can follow along to see what they would need to do to click on to add a date to the field. Let's click on a time estimate here for 2 hours. Assignee is being selected. Priority is being set to urgent. We can also track time. So let's track 30 minutes here. Let's save that. Let's add some test description text here on how to add a new task. And click up. Let's scroll down to custom tags here, like cost, for example. This won't make sense for now because it's not relevant to this workflow. And then once we've got the information, we're just going to close and then drag this across so that we could show a new user how to change various statuses across the board and then mark as complete. And we can see now the dates are the same. Don't forget to click on these so that we can see that this information is done and recorded in Guide. Now I'm going to click on stop there because although this seems like really short, I can guarantee you this creates quite a long video in terms of what we wanting to capture. Now, what I like about Guide is that you don't have to do anything. You just click on stop, it goes and creates the video for you, and it will take you straight into the screen that you can see here. So it's going straight into our guide, and it opens up our beautiful video ready to go. Now, if you look on the left-hand side here, you will see a table of contents. So as mentioned, each step wherever we've clicked will be recorded within Guide, which I quite like. So like I said here, although we clicked on the open and close date for our task, it's important because it does record those steps as we go. Now, I quite like this because it does generate the video for you. A lot of Guide's capabilities are that it can create captions. It will create your storyboard for you. And if you've set it to do so, it will automatically add a voiceover for you. You'll also be able to see the video at a glance in terms of how this might look. And you'll hear the voiceover play immediately in terms of what that looks like. Now, for example, if I'm not that happy with this, I want to change some of these steps because I feel that they were repetitive or not relevant for what I wanted to do. I will then go into edit and then I can simply go and change any of these elements at any time. So we can see here how I can then go and change this. I love that you've got these automatically helpful pop-up information sections that do tell users what to do and where to go. And that's done for you. So using AI, that's input. I absolutely love this. You're able to just add that immediately without having to do it yourself. And then as mentioned, you can use multiple voiceover options, which I really like. They've also got a number of multi-language options, which is really fantastic and really great reach for a number of countries. You can select your gender here and then automatically lay over that voice, and you won't have to worry about doing that yourself, which I love. Now, as mentioned, I would add captions as well. So you're able to do this from within the tool, and you can see it pops up right here for us, done automatically. And then you can also add music if that's something that you wanted to do. So again, using the capabilities within the tool just to add whatever music you like, hover over something that you think might fit well for your video, click on that, automatically put in for you. You can also set your background volume. You can add additional information such as your own company logo, for example. You can add your profile image or multiple items. So you'll see it will quickly load our logo down here. So I might want to brand some of the screens and add my logo, perhaps especially in the beginning when you've got your intro slide, you might want to go and add your video. So as mentioned with best practices, try and keep your corporate identity as visible as possible. And you can do things like change your transitions and all that awesome stuff that goes along with that as well. So I really like this tool, super easy to use, super easy to tailor to make sure that you've got the best of what you need. And as mentioned, don't forget to check all the beautiful story created that goes along with your video that I didn't even have to do. So it's created an intro around what ClickUp is. and navigating task details, priorities, deadlines, all that kind of stuff. That was all generated from within Guide's AI tool. So if I was not speaking when I was recording, it would have created this information anyway, which I think is fantastic. So you can see all the information that it has created as well as helpful steps. And you don't have to do a thing, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, have a look at this tool. One of my favorites, one of the best AI tools I've seen out there. Super simple to use, super easy, and really well priced. I must say their customer support is also second to none. So if you're not sure what tools to use, definitely give Guide a look at. I'm sure that there's some other really great ones out there. Um, but yeah, hopefully this helps you create wonderful videos and tutorial videos for you and your teams. Thanks for watching.